Hello, this is going to be a quick video on how to upload avatars to VRChat and VSeeFace. Now this is going to be specifically for my avatar, but it should generally be applicable to most avatars. So let's go through it. We're going to start in Blender and then we're going to move over to Unity. But if you haven't done any sort of avatar edits, you can skip this part and go straight to Unity. If you are doing any sort of edits, make sure that you are not changing the order of the blend shapes in the list or the shape keys. The reason is that in Unity, they are all assigned to whatever animation or blend shape clip according to the order in the list. If you change the order, it's going to change what is assigned where, and you're going to have to reset up a lot of stuff. So to avoid that, don't change the order. And if you're adding new blend shapes, keep them at the end of the list. When we export your model, I'm just going to do a quick little change just so when we upload it to Unity, we can see the difference. Select everything, go to File, Export, FBX, and all you need to do is limit it to selected objects and change the scaling to FBX all. Some models will have you also turn off leaf bones, but that is dependent on the maker, but in my case you can just leave it on and don't touch it. When you export it, you want it to be named the same as the FBX file is named in Unity, which in my case it's going to be floor FBX. This way when you add it to the project, it's just going to replace the existing one. I'm going to go over how to upload to VRChat first, but before that we're going to have to go and download Unity Hub as well as the VRChat Creator Companion. I'll leave both links in the description. Once you have both of them installed, the Creator Companion should automatically detect Unity Hub and prompt you to download the 2022 version which the Creator Companion uses. After you do that, you can go ahead and create a new project. Select the 2022 avatars one and name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna go and name it test. After it finished preparing the project, we're gonna go and enable these packages which may take a minute. AV3 emulator, gesture manager, avatar 3.0 manager. We are also going to be using Polyami Toon Shader and VRCFury, but they do not come natively in the Creator Companion. You are going to need to go to their website to install them, but when you do, it should be a direct install into the Creator Companion, just like so. And once that's all done, just click Open Project, and it may take a few minutes until Unity finishes creating the project. Unity might give you an error and ask you to enter safe mode, but you can just ignore this. Unity has finished installing, and now we can go ahead and drag the VRChat package into the assets folder. Just go ahead and click import. After it finished importing, we can open the setup scene and start working on the model. Go into the floor folder where we have the FBX files, and we can go ahead and delete it. And then we'll take the new FBX file that we made earlier and drag it in. You can see once it finishes, it will load up and replace it with the new model. There are a few settings in the FBX that we need to check. So in the model tab, we'll go and check legacy blend shapes and change it to area weighted. Go into the rig and change it from generic to humanoid. Click apply and configure. Here you need to make sure that all the bones are assigned correctly, but in my case, all you have to do is go into the head and uncheck the jaw. Just double click it and then click delete on your keyboard. And one extra thing you can do while you are here, you can go into muscles and settings, click apply, and lower down the lower arm twist. I lower it about like 1.5. It just makes it so that when you're rotating your hand, your elbow doesn't get all twisted up. Then we can just click apply and done. At this point, if you have your own textures that you want to import, we'll go into the texture folder here. And then if you have your own texture files, you can rename them to body, face, and tail, and then delete the existing one and import the new ones, or just import the new ones and go into the materials folder, unlock each material, and then drag them in here in the texture. Now we'll go into the VRChat SDK tab over here, where you will need to log into your VRChat account. So let me do that. Alright, I'm logged in, and then we'll go into the Builder tab. In here you can change the name of the character, the description, any sort of content warnings, change the thumbnail, and over here in the validations you can just go ahead and click autofix on everything, and you don't really need to worry about it. And once that's all done, you can go ahead and click on the box right here, and you are ready to publish your avatar. And now to the VSeeFace part. You're gonna go ahead and open up Unity Hub, and you're going to need to install Unity version 2019.4.31F1. I'll have it linked in the description. When you click here, it should just directly install it into the Unity Hub. When it finishes installing, you can create a new project and choose the version that we just installed. Rename it to whatever you want and create project. The project finished opening. We can now drag in the VSeeFace avatar package to the project. Click on import. Another window is gonna pop up and you can just click accept all again. This one took longer because it already includes all the packages you need like Poyomi, VRM and VSeeFace, but I'll leave a link in the description to download them if you want to do it yourself. We'll open up the setup scene again, and this time we have two objects in the hierarchy, the FBX and the VRM file. So we're gonna start with the FBX, go into the Flora folder and delete the existing one, and I will now drag in the new one that we made. And it's the same process that we did earlier, so I'm just gonna speed through it. And the same thing for the textures. If you have your own textures, you can delete the existing ones, import the new ones, and if they have the same name, they'll be automatically applied to the material, or you can just drag them in to the material yourself by unlocking it, putting the texture in, and locking it back in. A few of the components on the FBX are missing their data. This might not happen to you, but it did happen in this case. And what you need to do to solve it is to go into the VRM and copy those components. The first one is the VRM meta, copy component, paste component values. Second one is the humanoid description, copy and paste values. Third is the blend shape proxy. And the last one is the animator. Now we can go and export it as a VRM. Select it, click on the VRM, export to VRM. And here you don't really need to touch anything, but you can change the name, version number, or the thumbnail if you want. Then you're gonna click export. And I'm just gonna create a new folder and call it VRM export. And I'll name it Flora. And once the export is done, we're gonna go ahead and import it back in. So VRM import. Now in the VRM export, we're gonna click on our Flora VRM. And here go into the 1.0 folder. Click on the existing VRM prefab. This prefab is the one that is in the hierarchy, so when you replace it, it should update it. That's done. We can go ahead and turn off the FBX and turn on the VRM, and you can see it updated to the new one. This model was made with the ARKit face tracking in mind, which uses an iPhone or some sort of other solution like NVIDIA Broadcast. If you don't plan on using those, you'll need to go into the VRM prefab and add the VRM look at blend shape applier. Go into the blend shape avatar component, double click it, and go to each look blend shape and apply it from the list. Look up, look down, look left, and look right. And that's it. All you have left to do is just export it as a VSF avatar, select it, click on the VSF SDK and export, and you are done. I hope you found the video useful. If you're here because you bought my avatar, then thank you and peace. And no, the ears are not supposed to look like that, it's just for the demonstration.